Hey everybody, it's Ashton, and I'm transgender, and yeah. So, it's almost Christmas, and almost Hanukkah, or almost winter break in general, anyway. I don't know, well, whatever you celebrate. And if you're probably going to have, like, relatives come over. And so I decided that I'd make a video to tell you how to deal with homophobic and transphobic relatives, because I know that I have a homophobic and transphobic relative, and a few actually, and it's not fun, but I found out a few ways about how to like deal with that and like get away from that, so hopefully this helps people. So the first thing that you can do is that, like, if they're, like, I don't know, if they're being transphobic or, well, it matters, like, if they know that you're trans and they're being transphobic, or they're, like, calling you by the wrong name when they know that you want to be called a different name, then correct them every single time they say it, so then they will probably get annoyed after a while, hopefully, and then just call you by your correct name. Same with pronouns. If they're calling you she, but you want to be called a he, just correct them every time they say it, and hopefully they'll just get annoyed and just call you a he. And if you're not out, the best way to go is if they're calling you like a girl and you're actually a boy, just try not to get into a situation where they could call you that. Like, just try to like stay away from them, really. Otherwise, there's not much you can do. So I'm probably just going to stay away from them, so I don't know if you want to also do that, but that's probably the best way. Say you have like a sisters, and they're calling you like a girls, say like, can you please call me by my name or something, and that might not make them call you a girl. I don't know. That worked for me when I was like in 5th grade. But anyway, if they're being homophobic, then if they know if you're gay and they're being homophobic, they're obviously wrong and you should tell them that. But if they are just being homophobic or transphobic even, or anything phobic towards the LGBT community, then try to like educate them, because I don't know, they might not know, or they might just be watching Fox News 24/7 and think that all gay people are bad. So try to bring it up a few times and, I don't know, educate them. That's the only way you're gonna help anything. So, yeah. Just try to make it better. And it's not helping you if you just sit there and deal with it, because that's not gonna do anything. So if you want something to change, you gotta do something. So all I'm saying is, well, I mean, if you want. I'm not forcing you. Yeah, so anyway, if you are dealing with a transphobic or homophobic relative that knows that you're gay or trans, then it's best just to like correct them every time they say something wrong about it, and make sure that they know that it's not okay if they're saying that. And if you're not out, or you're not any of those things, but they're still being homophobic and transphobic, then what you probably want to do is just educate them about it. So if they're saying like all trans people are like trying to be the other gender but they're not, or like other rude stuff, or they're never going to be the other gender, you have to educate them and tell them that no, that's wrong, because technically we can transition, so it's actually wrong to say that we'll never be the other gender, because there are lots of different things we can do to physically become the other gender. And even before you're physically the other gender, you're still it's a gender, not a sex, and if you feel it in your head, that's what you feel. So yeah, they can't tell you otherwise, really. Well, I mean, they can, but you don't believe it, because they're obviously wrong. So make sure that you like correct them and tell them that yes, they are the other gender. And if they're being homophobic and saying how everyone should be straight and just follow the Bible, then tell them that actually the Bible isn't homophobic, because the only thing in the Bible that's homophobic says that if a man lies with a man as he would with a woman, then they should be put to death. And there are two things that people think that actually means. And the first one is that it's cheating, and in all cases, cheating is wrong. So that's the Bible saying that, yeah, cheating is wrong. And the other thing is that when it was translated, it was supposed to be when a man lies with a boy. So it's actually against pedophilia and not being gay. So technically, there's nothing in the Bible against being gay. And you can just tell them that, because they're wrong. Like, again. So yeah, mostly just educate them. And try to bring up the topic whenever they say anything bad about it, so they know that you're not going to be okay with them just saying that. And I don't know, if you don't feel like saying anything, then make sure you just stay away from them. Otherwise, you're going to get really mad, and that's probably not going to be the best. So if you can, just avoid them if you can't tell them differently when they're being rude to you or people of the community or anything like that. So yeah, I hope you have a good Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you're celebrating, or just a good winter break. And, yeah. Okay, bye.